I'm just brunette because of the books.
Everyone knows blondes are nicer anyway.
Well, I met Blake. I worked with her husband Ryan several years ago, so I met Blake a few times through Ryan on that film.
Got it.
And thought she seemed nice, and little did I know.
Yeah. We got the body language experts analyzing this right now. How quickly do you...
Don't touch me.
Chuck has a matching pet monkey with coordinating outfits, and I was like, I would love to be part of the show, but I can't act with a monkey. And then I got a few of them.
She got a few of them.
Come on, it was
Blake Lively's castmates have officially dropped the act, and the way they're airing things out spells trouble for her. First, Colleen Hoover made an unexpected pivot, and now Brendan Senner and Isabella Ferrer are keeping their distance. Almost. Like, they don't want to be associated with whatever mess is unfolding. The way this is going, it seems like they're realizing they bet on the wrong horse. And let's be honest, Blake's Golden Girl reputation? Well, that might be changing.
The interview from Blake Lively's past that's come back to haunt her. She and her co-star Parker Posey are being accused of being so difficult that the reporter says she almost changed careers. Now Lisa Guerrero is speaking with that reporter who was at the receiving end of the actresses who are now being called mean girls.
Talk about awkward.
First of all, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
It made me want to quit my job. I felt really horrible after.
The carefully crafted image she spent years building completely shattered. So let's break it all down. First up, Brandon Senner, the guy playing Atlas in the movie, the childhood sweetheart of Blake's character Lily. Now, Brandon has been busy doing his own thing, promoting 1923 and living his best life. But out of nowhere, the question everyone's been dying to ask landed right in his lap. What's his take on the whole Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni scandal?
Lively's It Ends With Us co-star Brandon Skellner breaks his silence on her allegations against Justin Baldoni. The actor is weighing in after Blake filed a legal complaint against Justin, accusing him of engaging in sexually inappropriate behavior on
the way he dodged that question, that was Olympic-level evasion. He did everything except give a straight answer. Instead, he hit us with the classic PR-safe fluff. I just want people to remember why we made the movie. And a whole lot of blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. When someone avoids a question that hard, they know something, and they don't want to get caught up in the fallout. And let's be real. Hasn't this been Justin Baldoni's entire playbook since he snatched up the rights to the book? Even at the movie premiere, when the rest of the cast, Brandon included, was dressed in florals, putting on a united front for Blake, the focus wasn't on what the movie was actually about. It was all about Justin's vision. Now Brandon's. Just flipping Justin's words, acting like he's saying something fresh, when in reality, it's the same old PR script Justin's been running with since day one. This movie was supposed to make an impact, especially for those who have lived through DV. It was meant to be a story that mattered, one that resonated with survivors. But somewhere along the way, that message got completely lost.
With Us is in theaters now, so grab your friends, wear your florals, and head out to see it.
We have a few more characters already in the beginning of the first season that come in and mess up our lives even more. We start in the Hamptons, which is a staple of New York socialites that you haven't yet seen. And you know, we all kind of dated each other, so we have to date more people or each other's parents. And I don't know.
First of all, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
The way he dodged that question, that was Olympic-level evasion. He did everything except give a straight answer. Instead, he hit us with the classic PR-safe fluff. I just want people to remember why we made the movie, and a whole lot of blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. When someone avoids a question that hard, they know something, and they don't want to get caught in the fallout. And let's be real, hasn't this been Justin Baldoni's entire playbook since he snatched up the rights to the book? Even at the movie premiere, when the rest of the cast, Brandon included, was dressed in florals, putting on a united front for Blake, the focus wasn't on what the movie was actually about. It was all about Justin's vision. Now Brandon's just flipping Justin's words, acting like he's saying something fresh, when in reality, it's the same old PR script Justin's been running with since day one. This movie was supposed to make an impact, especially for those who have lived through DV. It was meant to be a story that mattered, one that resonated with survivors. But somewhere along the way, that message got completely lost. Instead of standing by the film's true purpose, the cast got swept up in the chaos, picking sides, fueling drama, and, let's be honest, helping Blake push her overpriced, ineffective shampoo. Like that was the real priority. And now that the damage is done and the backlash is hitting hard, suddenly the cast remembers the movie's true purpose. Oh, now they want to act like they care. The timing is just too convenient. Thankfully, Gayle King wasn't here for the fluff. She went straight for the truth and didn't sugarcoat a thing. When the big question came up, was he Team Blake or Team Justin? Brandon had to make a choice. And his answer? Oh, it spoke volumes. He said it loud and clear. I am Team It Almost Ends With Us. That right there, that's the biggest sign that the entire cast has jumped ship. They might not be outright saying, yeah, we're with Justin now, but they're playing the neutrality card hard. And honestly, that's what they should have done from the start. But if you don't see just how huge of a shift this is, let's rewind for a second, because this is where things get real interesting. Back in December 2024, Brandon wasn't just supporting Blake, he was all in. He was riding for her, standing 10 toes down. He even reposted her legal complaint against Justin on Instagram, added a heart emoji, and basically told everyone to believe Blake no matter what. He was loud, he was proud, and he made sure everyone knew where he stood. And now, crickets. No more. Public defenses. No more over-the-top support. The same guy who was all about Blake just a few months ago is suddenly dodging questions and playing neutral. And people want answers. Because a switch-up like this, that doesn't happen for no reason.
Blake or Team Justin? He said, I don't speak with Gayle.
Team It Ends With Us. It's unfortunate that things get taken away from what the ethos of that thing is, and it gets convoluted, and I just want to remind people of why that thing exists in the first place.
Heartless.
Lily Bloom.
It Ends With Us. Actor Brandon Senner was once one of Blake Lively's loudest supporters when she accused their co-star and director Justin Baldoni of SA and assault. He didn't hesitate. He jumped straight into the fire with her. On Instagram, he posted Lively's legal complaint against Baldoni and Wayfarer Studios, added a heart emoji, and tagged her with a caption that practically begged people to take her side. But here's the thing about Hollywood. It switches up fast. At first, it seemed like everyone was backing Blake. She was the bigger name, the bigger star. And when she came out swinging with these accusations, it looked like an easy decision for her co-stars and the industry at large. But now, the tide has turned dramatically. People started paying attention to the actual facts instead of just taking her word for it. They realized that just because someone's a beloved actress doesn't automatically make them the one telling the truth. And as more evidence surfaces, even Blake's own castmates are second-guessing whether they were too quick to pick sides. And that brings us right back to Brandon Senner, the man who once threw heart emojis and unwavering support Blake's way. Yeah, he's not doing that anymore. Now let's talk about this whole neutral act. Because let's be real, Hollywood's version of neutrality is just a polite way of saying, I'm waiting to see who wins before I commit to a side. No one wants to back the wrong person when the stakes are this high. Brandon and the rest of the cast have definitely seen Justin Baldoni's lawsuit, and instead of blindly backing Blake like before, they're playing it safe, treading very carefully, because no one wants to mess up their career over someone else's legal war. But here's where it gets really messy. Brandon's initial stance was loud and clear. He was Team Blake, no questions asked. And now, this half-hearted switch-up isn't going unnoticed. People remember where he stood when it mattered most. And a 50% backtrack? That's not going to cut it. Either he sticks to his original position, or he fully distances himself. But this halfway act, it's only making things look worse, because once you take a stance in the court of public opinion, there's no turning back. Like it or not, Brandon Senner's name is now tied to this mess, and people will not let him forget it. The internet never forgets. And the question that'll follow him forever is simple. Why did he actively participate in trying to take down an innocent man? But here's where it gets even juicier. Brandon isn't the only one suddenly changing their tune. Isabella Ferrer, who plays young Lily in the movie, has also gone completely silent. She was right there, following Blake's lead, standing in full support. But now, she's nowhere to be found. not waving the Blake Lively flag anymore. And, let's be honest, we already know how this plays out. When people start quietly backing away from someone, it usually means they know something the public doesn't. Isabella Ferrer has been a key figure in this scandal, with her name appearing in both Blake and Justin's lawsuits. And the details? Oh, they're messy. Baldoni's lawsuit exposed some telling receipts, screenshotted texts allegedly from Ferrer herself. In one, she thanked Baldoni for an incredible experience on her first feature film. She even wrote, "You are such a wonderful, smart, and sincere director, and you created such a comfortable, safe space for me to fully step into this role. I couldn't have asked for a more welcoming environment. It will stay with me for the rest of my life." So, what changed? According to Baldoni's lawsuit, Ferrer worked with him without Blake's presence on set. Everything was fine, but after spending substantial time with Blake during the film's promotions, she suddenly decided to shun Baldoni. And let's not forget something very telling. An interview Ferrer gave on the very day of the It Ends With Us premiere. She was gushing about how lucky she was just to be in Blake's presence. And her outfit? Head to toe, Blake Lively approved. Floral dress, bracelets, shoes, all from her.